I think I'm ready to talk now. The reason why I'm up so early is because me and Victor are going hammocking. We decided to go as early as possible so we could see the sun rise over the lake, even though we actually won't be facing the sunrise, but whatever. Afterward, we're gonna get some breakfast. And today we're gonna play tennis and go swimming and do that fun stuff, so yeah. Okay, it's my final fit. It's just a blue t-shirt and some jeans. I wore jeans just to like kind of repel the mosquitoes if there is any. And it is also gonna be a little bit chilly. Yeah, damn. Today's topic of interest while I get ready is going to be The Brothers Karamazov. I just finished this book a week ago. Before I give my 2 cents, I do want to say that I did enjoy the book. I thought the characters were really well written and the plot was my favorite part of the book. However, I know this book isn't really plot based. It's more about the philosophical aspect. There's a lot of talk about religion and kind of things like that. And I thought that this made my personal experience worse. I mean, there's a lot of people's favorite book, so I am keeping an open mind, obviously, because maybe it's just not for me. But I found that some of people's favorite chapter, like the Grand Inquisitor, was really like hard to read. And it's not that, I mean, it could be that I didn't fully understand it, but I just think that it kind of, I don't know, it didn't really like touch me the way that it did to a lot of people. And I thought that with like Zosima's whole like section after that made it really like difficult for me to like want to read it. I'm not saying that I don't like philosophical and like moral talk, I guess, in books. Another example from him is Crime and Punishment that I really like. It's my personal favorite book by him. Crime and Punishment, I think, would be way worse without the philosophical aspects of the book. Like obviously there had to be that to give the book substance, if you know what I mean. For The Brothers Karamazov specifically, I thought it like really made it more like difficult to read and made me not want to read it as much. Not really difficult to read, but just made me not want to read it as much. I wasn't really excited to read it like I was towards the beginning and towards the end of the book where more like action was happening. But overall, I did like the book. I thought the plot was very interesting. Which is what people say. People are like, oh, it's not a plot heavy book. It's not really like a crazy plot. I thought the plot was good and I really enjoyed reading all of the parts that, like when the characters are interacting with each other, what they're feeling and thinking. But I don't know, I guess it just depends on like the person with this one. It was also very long, so I thought the actual story was really good, but however, it's not really focused around the story. That's kind of was my main problem. If you guys agree or disagree, leave a comment. I would like to know other people's takes or opinions. Now, currently, I'm reading A Gentle Creature and Other Stories. It has White Knights, A Gentle Creature, and I think it's called Dream of a Ridiculous Man. I'm reading those 3 stories currently. I'm on White Knights, the first one. During the rest of the time while I get ready, I'm getting ready to go to the library. Okay. I'm actually gonna go on an unemployed rant really quickly. This rant does not affect my life. It does not. A new Frankenstein movie is coming out soon. I think it's coming out in November. I have a few bones to pick with the movie itself. This is based off my opinion from the trailer. So I'm first gonna discuss how they casted Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein. Don't get me wrong, I understand why they did it. He's tall. They don't have to do a lot of like editing, I guess, with like his height, you know, and he's, you know, a popular actor currently. So I understand that why they did that. Don't get me wrong. However, when I saw the trailer and he was barely in any fucking makeup, he had green face paint on and a few like scars on his face. It's like the whole point of Frankenstein, if you haven't read it. Well, not the entire point, but one of the main like aspects of the book is that Frankenstein, the monster that Victor created, is so ugly. It's so incredibly ugly that he is not treated as human, because he's really not, but he does have like feelings too. And he basically, his whole life gets mistreated because he looks different and he scares everyone, so he kind of has to live away in the shadows. With that being said, why do we cast Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein and you're not going to cover up the way he looks? He's obviously an attractive man, and it defeats the whole point of the book about him. Like, he shouldn't be attractive looking. Like, that's the whole point, is that he's supposed to look bad. Like, it's just not following the plot at all, which I understand a lot of movies twist the plot to make it more interesting, but I don't see how that's going to make it more interesting. The whole point of the book is that he is mistreated. Duh. I want to talk about their costumes and just the overall like atmosphere of the movie, the vibe. It's not there. If any of you guys saw Nosferatu, the one that came out just I think it was last Christmas, just came out, and now that is a true like gothic horror film, and the vibe was done perfectly. Frankenstein kind of has a similar vibe to it. It's very creepy. You know, you expect it to be like buildings that are kind of crackling down. You know, Victor Frankenstein isn't like super rich. He crafted his like his creation. He crafted Frankenstein, I think, in like his professor's like attic, but it wasn't like I think it was his professor's attic. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this, but I know it wasn't like a big ass lair like they showed in the in the trailer. They made his room that he created, like his lab, this like big huge lab with these bright green like tubes full of green liquid, and it was like just super like corny. They also made their costumes look also like very cheap. Like, it looks like a high school like theater costume. No hate to high school theater. It's looks very theatrical, and I don't know, I'm just not really someone who's into that. Maybe that's like the point.